There are some foods that are just universally loved, right? And the humble dumpling, well, it's got to be right at the top of that list. It's comfort food, it's a work of art, and believe it or not, it has a history that goes back almost 2,000 years. But here is a wild thought. What if I told you that the very first dumpling wasn't created for a feast, that it was actually a prescription? That this perfect little parcel of deliciousness was designed not just to fill you up, but to heal you? It sounds crazy, but that's exactly where our story begins. So to really get how we got from a doctor's remedy to a global superstar, we need to jump in our time machine and travel way, way back to uncover its legendary origin. Okay, picture this. We're in ancient China during the Eastern Han Dynasty, and our hero is a man named Zhang Zhongjing, a physician so brilliant and so respected that people actually called him the medical saint. It's a bitterly cold winter, and Zhang is finally heading home after being away for a long time. But as he traveled, he saw something that just broke his heart. The people in his village were suffering terribly from the cold. A lot of them had painful, dangerous frostbite, especially on their ears. And being a compassionate doctor, Zhang knew he couldn't just stand by. He had to do something. So what was his solution? It was absolutely ingenious. He created a brand new dish, and he gave it this wonderfully descriptive name, Quan Jiao Zhe Tang. That translates to something like cold-dispelling, charming ear soup. The name tells you exactly what it was for, to fight off the brutal cold and heal those painful frostbitten ears. And his recipe? It was simple, but so smart. First, he stewed mutton with warming things like chili and other medicinal herbs. That created this hearty, healing filling. Then, he wrapped little bits of this filling in dough. And, this is the best part, he folded them to look like little ears, calling them jiao or charming ears. He served them in a hot broth, and it worked. The villagers got warm, their ears healed, and a culinary legend was born. Of course, the story doesn't stop there, not even close. From that medicinal soup, the dumpling began this fascinating evolution, changing its name, its shape, and its entire meaning over the centuries. Its journey through history is just incredible. In the Wei and Jin dynasties, it was called wonton. By the Tang dynasty, it was so popular that archaeologists have found perfectly preserved dumplings in tombs from that time. I mean, think about that. Perfectly preserved dumplings, just waiting for centuries to be rediscovered. The name kept shifting. It became Jiaozi in the Song dynasty, then Bianxi in the Yuan, before finally landing back on the name we know today, Jiaozi, during the Ming and Qing dynasties. And it wasn't just the name that evolved. The dumpling also took on this powerful new meaning. It became a super important part of celebrating the Lunar New Year. People would eat them right at Zixi. That's the midnight hour, the moment that connects the old year to the new one. Why? Well, because the name Jiaozi sounds just like a phrase that means ushering in the new. It was the perfect symbolic food for a new beginning. And get this, there's another whole layer of symbolism that comes from its shape. If you look at it, it kind of resembles an ancient Chinese gold ingot called a yuan bao. Because of that, eating dumplings became a way to invite wealth and good fortune into your life for the coming year. So it's more than just a meal. It's literally a blessing in a bite. But look, history and symbolism are only half the story. Let's be real. The true magic of the dumpling today is its incredible versatility, and that all starts with what's on the inside. For all you meat lovers, the options are just classic and delicious. You've got the undisputed all-star, pork, which pairs perfectly with the fresh crunch of cabbage or the sharp bite of chives. Then you have the richer, heartier flavors of beef or lamb, often matched with sweet onion. And of course, the lighter, savory combo of chicken and mushroom. And if you prefer flavors from the ocean, oh, you are in for a treat. Just imagine that snappy, springy texture of a shrimp dumpling bursting in your mouth, or the incredible umami punch you get from mackerel, which is a big specialty in coastal areas. And for a truly luxurious bite, nothing beats the rich, delicate sweetness of crab. And hey, don't think for a second that vegetarian dumplings are just an afterthought. No way. They are a universe of flavor all their own. You have that timeless, perfect pairing of chive and egg, or the three delicacies filling, a total flavor explosion of chives, egg, mushrooms, and vermicelli. And for something really unique, the aromatic, almost licorice-like flavor of a fennel dumpling is something you will not forget. Okay, but we've really only covered the classics. The world of dumplings has kept innovating in some truly wild and wonderful ways. Are you ready to see just how far the creativity goes? Just look at this. You've got tangy, sour cabbage from northeast China. You have fiery, numbing spice from Sichuan. The delicate, beautiful, translucent hargao from Canton. And then modern fusion just takes over. You've got cheese and corn, spicy curry, Korean kimchi, and yes, for the truly adventurous, you can even find durian dumplings. The creativity is just limitless. So once you've picked your perfect filling, there is one last crucial decision to make. How are you going to cook this thing? You've basically got three main paths to dumpling heaven. You can boil them. That's the original method, which gives you a soft, chewy skin and a super juicy interior. You can pan fry them, which creates that amazing contrast between a crispy golden brown bottom and a soft steamed top. Or you can steam them, which makes them wonderfully delicate and soft all around. It's also a lighter, less greasy option. Each method gives you a completely different experience. You know, this quote really just sums it all up perfectly. A dumpling isn't just food. It's a beautiful, delicious crystallization of history, wisdom, creativity, and care. And that brings us right back to where we started, doesn't it? It all began as a simple, warm-hearted remedy, invented by a doctor who just wanted to heal his community. And from that one single act of kindness, it has blossomed into an international culinary superstar, loved and remixed in countless ways all over the globe. So the next time you sit down to a plate of dumplings, just take a second to think about it. Are you eating a little piece of history, a symbol of good fortune, a wild culinary experiment, or just a simple reminder of a doctor's warmth almost 2 millennia ago? What story is in your next dumpling?